Starting too late is one of the most expensive mistakes people make when planning for retirement, not because they lack income or intelligence, but because they underestimate the power of time. Time is the single most valuable asset in building long-term financial security. When action is delayed, even by a few years, the opportunity for compounding growth shrinks dramatically. Money needs time to grow, recover from market fluctuations, and multiply steadily. When that time is lost, no amount of urgency later can fully replace it. Many people believe they will begin saving seriously once they earn more, once debts are cleared, or once life feels more stable. Unfortunately, life rarely becomes perfectly stable. Responsibilities increase, expenses rise, and priorities shift. What begins as a short delay slowly turns into a long-term habit of postponement. By the time action finally feels unavoidable, the window of opportunity has narrowed, and the pressure to save aggressively becomes overwhelming. Starting late also forces people into riskier decisions. With limited time left, there is often a temptation to chase higher returns through aggressive investments, hoping to make up for lost years. This approach can backfire, especially during market downturns, leading to stress and potential losses at the worst possible moment. Early starters can afford patience and balance, while late starters are often pushed into uncomfortable and uncertain choices. The emotional cost of starting late is just as damaging as the financial cost. Regret begins to replace confidence. Instead of looking forward to retirement with excitement, people begin to worry about running out of money, becoming dependent, or losing control over their lifestyle. This stress doesn't appear overnight. It builds slowly and quietly, fueled by the realization that time cannot be reversed. The most important truth is that it is never too early, and rarely too late, to take action. Even small steps taken today can change the outcome dramatically. The goal is not perfection, but progress. Starting now, with whatever resources are available, restores control and rebuilds confidence. Time rewards those who respect it, and the moment action begins, the cost of delay finally stops growing. Living longer is often seen as a blessing, but without proper planning, it can quietly become one of the biggest financial risks in retirement. Many people plan their retirement as if it will last a short, predictable period, when in reality it can span decades. Advances in healthcare and lifestyle mean people are living longer than ever before, yet financial plans often remain outdated. When savings are built for a shorter life expectancy, the risk is not dying early, it is living too long without enough resources. The danger of longevity risk lies in its invisibility. In the early years of retirement, everything may feel comfortable. Expenses seem manageable, savings appear sufficient, and confidence remains high. But as years pass, the slow drain of daily living costs, inflation, and unexpected expenses begins to show its impact. Without a long-term strategy, what once felt secure can gradually turn into financial pressure, forcing difficult choices later in life. Outliving savings doesn't just affect lifestyle, it affects independence. When money runs low, options disappear. Travel plans are cancelled, hobbies are abandoned, and healthcare decisions become limited. In severe cases, individuals may be forced to rely on others or compromise their standard of living. This loss of control is often more painful than the financial loss itself, because it undermines dignity and freedom at a stage of life where peace should be the priority. Longevity risk also increases the importance of balance in planning. Spending too much early in retirement can create shortages later, while spending too little can prevent people from enjoying the years they worked so hard to reach. Proper planning is not about restriction, it is about sustainability. It ensures that money supports life evenly across all retirement years, not just the first few. The solution begins with a shift in mindset. Retirement should be planned as a long journey, not a short destination. Planning for longevity means preparing for flexibility, adapting to change, and ensuring income lasts as long as life does. When people acknowledge longevity as a financial reality instead of a distant possibility, they regain control. A longer life deserves long-term security, not uncertainty. Inflation is one of the most underestimated threats to retirement security because it works slowly, quietly, and consistently. Many people plan their future using today's prices, assuming their savings will stretch just as far tomorrow as they do now. The problem is that inflation steadily reduces purchasing power, meaning the same amount of money buys less every year. What feels affordable in the present can become expensive in the future, turning a well-intentioned plan into a fragile one. In the early years of retirement, inflation often goes unnoticed. Expenses may appear stable and budgets seem to work as expected. Over time, however, the impact compounds. Everyday costs such as food, utilities, transportation, and insurance rise gradually, while fixed income sources remain unchanged. This slow erosion creates a widening gap between income and expenses, forcing retirees to dip into savings sooner than planned. Inflation also affects healthcare more aggressively than other expenses. Medical costs tend to rise faster than general inflation, and as people age, healthcare needs usually increase. Without accounting for this reality, even a strong retirement fund can feel inadequate. Ignoring inflation in healthcare planning can lead to difficult trade-offs between financial security and physical well-being. Another common mistake is assuming that conservative saving alone is enough to protect against inflation. While caution is important, money that does not grow may actually lose value over time. A retirement plan must balance safety with growth, ensuring that savings have the potential to keep pace with rising costs. Without this balance, inflation quietly undermines years of disciplined saving. Understanding inflation changes the way retirement is planned. It shifts focus from simply saving money to preserving purchasing power. Planning with inflation in mind means building flexibility, reviewing strategies regularly, and preparing for rising costs long before they appear. When inflation is acknowledged and addressed, retirement plans become stronger, more realistic, and far more resilient over time. Relying on a single source of income in retirement is one of the riskiest assumptions people make, because it places complete trust in one stream to perform perfectly for decades. Whether that income comes from savings, a pension, or benefits, depending on only one source leaves no margin for error. Life changes, markets fluctuate, and policies evolve. When income is not diversified, even a small disruption can create major financial stress. In the early stages of retirement, a single income source may feel reliable. Payments arrive on time, expenses seem covered, and confidence remains high. But over time, vulnerabilities appear. Inflation reduces buying power, unexpected expenses arise, and income that once felt sufficient may no longer match reality. Without additional sources to support cash flow, pressure begins to build and flexibility disappears. Diversification in retirement income is not about complexity, it is about stability. Multiple income streams work together to reduce dependence on any one source. When one stream slows down or becomes less effective, others can help maintain balance. This layered approach creates resilience and allows retirees to adapt without panic or drastic lifestyle changes. Another overlooked benefit of diversified income is psychological security. Knowing that income does not depend on a single point of failure reduces anxiety and increases confidence. It allows better decision-making and prevents emotional reactions during economic uncertainty. Financial peace in retirement is as much about mindset as it is about numbers. Building multiple income sources takes planning and intention, but the payoff is long-term security. A strong retirement strategy spreads risk, increases flexibility, and protects independence. When income is diversified, retirement becomes less fragile and more sustainable, allowing individuals to focus on living well rather than worrying about what might go wrong. Failing to plan for healthcare and emergencies is one of the most dangerous retirement mistakes because it can destroy financial stability faster than almost any other factor. Many people assume their health expenses will remain manageable or that basic coverage will be enough. The reality is that medical needs tend to increase with age, and costs often rise without warning. Ignoring this reality leaves retirement plans exposed to sudden and severe financial shocks. Healthcare expenses rarely arrive gradually. They often come unexpectedly through illness, injury, long-term treatment, or ongoing medication. Even a single medical event can drain years of savings if preparation is inadequate. When emergency funds or proper coverage are missing, people are forced to make difficult choices under pressure, often at the worst possible time, beyond direct medical costs. Emergencies bring hidden expenses. Travel for treatment, home modifications, assisted care, and lost independence all carry financial weight. These costs are rarely included in basic retirement plans, yet they are common realities. Without planning for them, savings meant to support daily living are quickly redirected towards survival needs. Healthcare planning is not only about money, it is about control. Financial readiness allows people to focus on recovery and well-being instead of stress and uncertainty. When resources are in place, decisions can be made based on quality of care rather than cost alone. This freedom preserves dignity and peace of mind during vulnerable moments. Preparing for health care and emergencies transforms retirement from fragile to resilient. It means expecting the unexpected and building safeguards before they are needed. A retirement plan that accounts for medical realities protects not just finances, but independence, confidence, and quality of life for the years ahead.